Lexon actually was from Malawi. Can you imagine walking from Malawi to Cairo? He will always be remembered for his memoir, which he wrote in 1965, and the title of his book was, I Will Try. Just when you give up, you should say, I will try. One more time, I will try. He was equipped with nothing better than his sheer faith in God and his faith that he could rise above his circumstances. When he was discouraged, he just said the words, I will try. What a story of an incredible journey of a man with the spirit of a conqueror. Some of the most successful people in history have failed and gone through difficult times, but instead of being discouraged, they refused to give up. And that's us, family. We refuse to give up. They became unstoppable. They had a spirit of a conqueror. And I'm looking at people today who are unstoppable, who are unshakable, and you have the spirit of a conqueror. But let's have a look at some people who were conquering. This had the spirit of a conqueror. Let's look at some people, including Lexon's hero, Abraham Lincoln. He faced many defeats. At the age of 22, he failed in business. 1 year later, he ran for legislator. He lost. When he was 24, he experienced a second business failure. At 26, the woman he loved, his wife, passed away. He suffered a nervous breakdown the following year. At 29, he entered another political race. At 37, he did get elected to Congress, only to be defeated 2 years later. At 46, he lost the Senate. But the next year, he failed in his attempt to become vice president. He was 49, and he was defeated again for the Senate. He had 4 sons, but only one lived to adulthood. By the age of 51, with the spirit of a conqueror, Abraham Lincoln was elected President of the United States of America and successfully led the country through one of its most difficult periods. Many people would have said, no way, I'm giving up. But not Lincoln. He said, I have a spirit of a conqueror. How many of us know that Henry Ford, he invented the automobile, right, family? But do you know that he went broke 5 times before he succeeded in business? So if you've gone broke, don't worry, you pick yourself up, you have a spirit of a conqueror, you go again because you're going to win in Jesus' name. I know I'm going to date myself tonight, but how many of you ever remember Fred Astaire? How many of you remember Fred Astaire? Okay, Fred Astaire took a screen test at MGM Studios in 1933. And a studio memo reported that he was slightly bald, that he could not act, and he could dance a little. Well, he ended up as an American dancer, singer, actor, choreographer, and he is widely considered as the most influential dancer of the history of film. He was the most influential dancer in the history of film. But yet, they told him, you can hardly dance. But he was not going to give up. So even when we have people say, you can't do it, family, there's something inside of you, got to rise up and say, I will do it, and I can do it, and I will try. And then, what about the newspaper that fired Walt Disney for lack of ideas? Can you imagine? Even Walt Disney went bankrupt a few times before building Disneyland. And then there's John Wesley. He was the founder of the Methodist Church. He was often asked not to return to churches after preaching in them just once. So when he went to preach in the streets, the people kicked him out of the streets. Then he went to preach in the meadow, and someone let a bull out so that the bull would chase him as he was preaching. But he had a spirit of conqueror. He wasn't going to give up. And so one day when he preached, 10,000 people came to hear him preach. We have to have that spirit of a conqueror, family. That doesn't matter what comes against us. We're going to win. We're going on top because we are more than conquerors.
Thank you for watching Dr. Bev's YouTube channel. We will continue to offer dynamic and uplifting highlights from Dr. Bev's messages. Please take the time to like and share the videos. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Keep watching the Dr. Bev Wolmarans YouTube channel.